Let's talk more on the value of the Naira and the recent realities in the market. Joining me is CEO of Lead Network Africa, Chukwuma Okenwa, and he joins us from Abuja studio. Thank you for joining us at this time. Well, the federal government efforts seem not to be paying off. How do you think we can improve liquidity in the forex market?
Honestly, a lot has to be done in terms of moving the nation from a consuming nation to that of a productive nation. Yes, it's commendable to note the timely response of CBN, not only to recognize that at the moment, as was projected, that the current stability or instability as seen in the Naira is not only determined by the market forces, but also the role of speculators, speculative demands. And we use the CBN is actually coming up with certain policies to see how to regulate the unregulated market. I think a lot more also need to be done to ensure that the country is able to earn enough dollars. At the moment, when you look at the next Forex inflow rate in the nation, you find out that it's been on the decline for the past 5 years, the amount of dollars that we're earning, whereas that our attitude towards the demand for dollars and its needs and the patent we have for foreign goods and dependence on foreign products really shows that a lot needs to be done to earn forex. And to do that, we need to move from being a consuming nation to a producing one.
All right, Mr. Okenwa, talking about demand for the dollar, fuel marketers themselves need it to be able to import fuel into the country, of course, for the consumption of Nigerians. Do you think that a window should actually be created for them? I mean, considering the impact of the landing cost of petrol.
I think that, of course, could be like a short-term plan. But, of course, because in economic planning, we look at the short-term, the mid-term, and, of course, the long-term. But the long-term, like Mr. President has promised, or the mid-term rather, would be to fulfill the promise by December to get the refinery at Port Harcourt fully operational. As that is done, that has a way of balancing the economy. When we have more efficient refineries, it will have a way in the long term, because some of these immediate responses may not sustainably manage the complexity of the economy. Because I am sure that when Mr. President came up with a policy, on how to ensure that there is uniformity in all of the markets and to ensure that the value of dollar is not determined by, these forces. I'm sure that, it never came in view the role of speculative demands, and none is a reality. And of course, some of these policies in the short term could help to contain it temporarily, but then on the long run, strategy is key.
All right. Well, I know another question that will be coming up is the capacity of these refineries we're planning to come on board. How much really can they meet the demands of Nigerians? But looking at it from another angle, the acting CBN Governor has said this trend of speculative demand would actually be dealt with. So what exactly is running through your mind? Do you think that we'll be back to that time when the CBN will have to keep supporting the market with a hard-earned forex?
Well, I think if I could judge from the body language of the CBN, judging from the follow-up statement that some of these policies could actually mean losses for the speculators. So I am looking at a situation perhaps like tightening up measures, but then we know that what actually keeps feeding this market is that if someone earns dollars, which we know that the major source, one of the major sources that dollars come into the country is through diaspora remittances. So if I discover that, selling it in the black market will give me more than in the bank, then there is a challenge. But that is why I recommend that on the long term, if we have the liquidity and the bank rate is competitive with what anyone can offer, then I'm sure that it makes more sense for people actually to leave the dollars either in the bank or to transact through the official market. But then, of course, we look out to the CBN to see what policies it comes up, and I hope it's not going to be reactive and very, very much similar to what happened last time, when in the course of trying to clamp down the black market, we also saw that devalue the Naira further.
All right. And how long do you think this would actually last? If truly this is a transition process from managed forex to liberalized and the open market that we're running at the moment, do you see the forces of demand and supply take charge anytime soon?
Yeah, certainly. Like there is an economic forecast of 6 months to 18 months. Yes, I believe that the CBN is on the right course and following all of the right policies, engaging with all the relevant stakeholders, getting back the country again right on the track of productivity. I am sure that we'll be right back to have a very stronger Naira under the current administration.
CEO, Lead Network Africa, Chukwuma Okenwa, thank you for talking to us on TVC News at 1.